You think you're good at reading people. No. You're just easy to lie to. Because you trust your eyes. You trust your hope. You trust your own good intention. And that makes you predictable. And predictable people get used first. Right now, someone in your life is smiling at you while they measure you. They are not asking, is this person good? They are asking, is this person safe to control? And if you leave this video, you go back to guessing. Back to being the one who didn't see it coming. Back to being the one who gets played, then acts shocked. Your problem is not that people are complex. Your problem is that you keep looking for honesty. Power does not run on honesty. Power runs on signals. This comes from Machiavelli's The Prince and Modern Psychology. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you numbered rules. Simple, sharp, usable. Not to make you nicer. To make you harder to fool. Ignored becomes noticed. Used becomes untouchable. And listen carefully, the last rule is the one that exposes the most deceptive minds, because it targets the one thing they can't fully fake. Now let me show you what you've been missing, and why it's been costing you. 1. Brutal claim. Most people don't hide who they are. They hide what they want from you. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli said people judge more by what they see than what they feel. Everyone sees what you seem to be. Few know what you are. That means appearance wins first. Always. Source. Psychological truth. When someone meets you, they scan fast. Can I get something here? Not, is this a good soul? They watch your face, your tone, your speed, your eyes, your pauses. They don't need your whole story. They only need a weak spot. And you keep giving it to them by trying to be understood. Real life example. At work, that nice co-worker does not ask for help like a normal person. They do it with a soft voice. A sad look. A small joke. You think they are kind. Then you notice they only call you when they need something. You weren't reading the person. You were reading the mask. Strategic rule. Ignore the mask. Track the ask. What do they push for, again and again? And here's the part nobody talks about, the most dangerous people don't rush the ask. They warm you up first. Quotable line. Never study what people say first. Study what they try to get. And this is where most people destroy themselves. 2. Brutal claim. The first lie you believe is not theirs. It's yours. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli warns that people can look merciful, faithful, honest, religious, and still be ready to do the opposite when it helps them. Looking good is useful. Being good is optional. Source. Psychological truth. Your brain wants a clean story. He's a good guy. She's loyal. He would never do that. That is not wisdom. That is you trying to feel safe. And deceptive minds love that. They don't beat you with strength. They beat you with your need to believe. Real life example. In relationships, someone hurts you. Then they say, that's not who I am. And you nod, because you want it to be true. So you forgive fast. They learn something, you forgive words, not patterns. So they keep doing it, just with better excuses. Strategic rule. Believe patterns, not speeches. A mask is cheap. A pattern costs time. This is where it gets dangerous, because the better the liar, the more reasonable they sound. Quotable line. Perception beats intention. Every time. Comment trigger. Type, I choose strategic strength below. And this is where most people destroy themselves. 3. Brutal claim. Emotion on your face is a handle in their hand. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli says it's safer to be feared than loved when you can't be both, because love breaks when it gets costly, but fear stays when you control the price. And he also warns you must avoid being hated. So you manage emotion like a weapon, not like a diary. Source. Psychological truth. People test you with small pressure. A joke that cuts. A late reply. A tiny disrespect. They watch your reaction. If you flash anger, they learn how to steer you. If you show hurt, they learn where to stab. If you over-explain, they learn you want approval. Real life example. In your family, someone says, relax, I was kidding. But it wasn't a joke. It was a probe. If you laugh, they go further next time. If you explode, they paint you as unstable. Either way, they win, unless you control your face and your timing. Strategic rule. Slow your reaction down. Make them wait for your response. Let them sit in the unknown. But here's the trap nobody sees: silence is not weakness when it has teeth behind it. Quotable line. Control your emotion or someone else will. And this is where most people destroy themselves. 4. Brutal claim. If you want to read anyone fast, stop hunting for tells. Start hunting for breaks. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli uses the fox and the lion. The lion scares wolves. The fox sees traps. If you only play lion, you miss the hidden move. If you only play fox, you get crushed. So you switch based on what you face. Source: Psychological Truth. Most body language hacks are fantasy. Even experts warn there is no single magic sign that proves a lie. Cues are weak and can fool you. Source: What works better is this: watch for what changes. Not, is he touching his face, but, is he different than before? Stress looks like lying if you're lazy. So don't be lazy. Real life example. Your friend is calm with every topic. Then you mention one name. Suddenly they get faster. They talk more. Or they get too calm. They lock up. That shift is the gold. Not because it proves guilt. Because it shows importance. And importance always connects to motive. Strategic rule. Create contrast. Ask the same thing in 2 different ways, at 2 different times. Watch what breaks. Most people quit right here, because this takes patience. And patience is power. Quotable line. The truth is steady. The story is edited. Comment trigger. Comment: I see the game now, if this hit you. And this is where most people destroy themselves. 5. Brutal claim. The most deceptive minds don't lie with words. They lie with frames. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli says people judge by appearances, and the few who see deeper often don't dare to stand against the many. That means crowds are easy to lead. Not with facts. With frames. Source: Psychological Truth. A frame is the story shape someone forces you into. Victim frame. Hero frame. Mentor frame. You take the role, and you don't even notice. The deceptive person does not say, "Give me your time." They say, "You're the only one I can trust." Now you're trapped. If you leave, you feel like a bad person. That is control. Real life example. At work, a person says, "We are a family here." Sounds warm. But the frame is this: families don't set hard boundaries. Families work late. Families accept guilt. So you get used, and you call it loyalty. Strategic rule. Name the frame in your head. Then break it out loud. I hear you. But I'm not the only solution. Here's what I can do, and what I won't do. Here's where good people lose everything: they confuse being kind with being safe. Quotable line. Goodness without limits becomes a door with no lock. And this is where most people destroy themselves. 6. Brutal claim. If you are easy to predict, you are easy to control. Machiavellian insight. Machiavelli's whole game is this: manage what people expect from you. Appear one way. Move another way when needed. Not for chaos. For survival. Source: Psychological Truth. Deceptive minds build a map of you. They learn what makes you say yes. They learn what makes you chase. They learn what makes you forgive. Then they press the same buttons forever. If you react the same way every time, you are not stable. You are programmable. Real life example. Someone texts you only when they want attention. You answer fast. Every time. So they disappear, then return, then disappear again. You call it mixed signals. No, it's training. They learned your pattern. You taught them that a small crumb gets a full meal. Strategic rule. Change your pattern on purpose. Delay. Short replies. Calm exits. Warmth with limits. Let people earn access, not assume it. But here's the part nobody talks about: when you become less predictable, weak people panic. They will call you cold. They will call you changed. Good. That means the leash is snapping. Quotable line. Predictability is the slowest form of defeat. Comment trigger. Declare it publicly. Not for me. For yourself. And this is where most people destroy themselves. Now connect it all. You don't read people by staring harder at their eyes. You read people by watching what they chase, what they avoid, and what they try to make you feel. You read people by noticing the mask, then ignoring it. You read people by tracking patterns, not apologies. You read people by controlling your own face, so they can't steer you with pressure. You read people by creating contrast, so their story has to stay straight. You read people by breaking frames, so guilt can't trap you. And you read people by breaking your own predictability, because the moment you act like a script, someone else becomes the writer. Now you understand the game. This is the line between survivors and victims. The victim asks, "Do they like me?" The survivor asks, "What are they doing to my position?" Respect comes from strength, not kindness. Perception matters more than intention. Power rewards emotional control. Emotion without control equals loss. And goodness without boundaries is not virtue. It's a target. From this point forward, ignorance is no longer an excuse. Because you've seen the mechanism. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The next time someone smiles too much, the next time they rush closeness, the next time they use guilt like a knife, you won't just feel weird. You will know why. And here's the final twist. The most deceptive minds are not just trying to fool you. They are trying to make you doubt yourself. They want you to feel unsure, so you ask them for the truth. That's the trap. The moment you need them to explain reality to you, they own the frame again. So stop asking, "Are you lying?" Start doing this, make your boundaries real, and watch what happens. A truthful person can handle a boundary. A user attacks it. A liar plays hurt. A controller punishes you with silence. And a predator tries to make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. That reaction is the loudest truth they will ever give you. You will want to rewatch this. Because the first time, you will only understand half of it. And when you rewatch, listen for the moments you felt attacked. That's not me. That's your old pattern fighting to stay alive. Now for your final challenge, and don't dodge it. How to read anyone instantly, even the most deceptive minds, Machiavelli. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're waking up. If you felt defensive, even better. That means you found the weak spot they've been using. Fix it. Quietly. Then watch how people start behaving around you when you stop being easy to play.